Welcome back to the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report. We're live on Tuesday night, November 30th, 2010. And, we've had a lot of guests on tonight, David.
Oh, it's been an amazing show. But we got the guest.
The War Machine.
No. I mean, he is the Gore. He is going to be going after the GLCW champion, Al Snow and Head. He is the War Machine, the Man Beast. The Beast from Detroit. Our main mandible, Rhyno. Welcome, Rhyno.
Hey, well, thanks for having me, guys.
Rhyno, thanks for coming on the program, especially this late in the evening on a Tuesday. You have a lot going on. As Dave said, this Saturday going to be here in Milwaukee as part
Blizzard
of
Brawl
GLCW's 6. Blizzard Brawl 6. Big matchup for the GLCW World Championship. It is Rhyno versus Al Snow, and a little bit of history there.
Yeah, a little bit of history. I just beat Al Snow at Hardcore Justice back in the summertime. And definitely Al Snow is a very tough competitor in the ring, and he's got years of experience, over 20 years. So definitely going to be a good match and going to bring home the gold.
It's kind of like when ECW first caught fire, it was Al Snow and Shane Douglas and Head, and now as ECW progressed with Rhyno as ECW World Champion, it's kind of like going to be a hardcore match. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, never underestimate your opponent, especially a guy like Al Snow. He's traveled all around the world. He's gained success in just almost every country, or every company he's worked in, every country he's worked in and wrestled in. And, never underestimate him and Head. And, it's going to be a heck of a match, heck of a show, and I encourage the fans to come out and watch and support me on to victory.
And it's Rhyno's first appearance with Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, your first Blizzard Brawl appearance. And David Hero, King Kong Bundy calls Blizzard Brawl the WrestleMania of independent wrestling.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I hear. I've been hearing a lot of wrestlers, throughout the companies talk about it, that I've worked with. And, it's just I still keep in contact with a lot of guys, that I've worked with over the years. And, they talk about it and they say it's a great company to work for. And I'm looking forward to it and actually looking forward to heading back to Milwaukee.
Well, when you have Al Snow and Rhyno, and then you have Matt Hardy and Ken Anderson, and then you have Serena and ODB and Tracy Brooks, Hurricane Helms and Scotty Tuhati, Demolition and Beefcake and Valentine.
You got a stacked card.
It's going to be a great show. And, and Rhyno will be there. He'll be available for autographs and pictures, and it's going to be a fun time. It's a fan fest with wrestling thrown in, is how I look at it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good day for wrestling fans and wrestlers to go out there and compete. And I'm going to bring home the gold, like I said earlier. And you got to look at one thing: going out there and winning.
Well, Rhyno, if you are able to beat Al Snow, which I got to admit, you're kind of the odds-on favorite right now.
Yeah,
I
am, but you can't underestimate your opponent, especially a guy like Al Snow.
Is there a chance that if you take the gold with you, will it show up on TNA pay-per-view on Sunday night when you leave the balmy 33 degrees of Milwaukee to head down to Orlando for your first blood match with RVD?
Actually, no, I won't bring my sandals to Milwaukee. Very next day, I'll be wrestling against RVD. And, when you're a champion, you take the gold with you no matter where you go. And it's heck traveling through the airports with a gold belt, but most definitely. And the very next day I have to go to Orlando, and after I win the gold, I'll basically bring it on their TV.
You talked earlier about that pay-per-view from over the summer where it was a bit of an ECW reunion where EV 2.0 was formed. It was TNA's Hardcore Justice. Tell us a little bit about that experience being part of that pay-per-view and what led up to that pay-per-view happening. And I got to tell you, before you say that, it was a fun 3 hours to watch. It was, I thought, a good tribute to ECW and just absolutely very, very entertaining 3 hours of professional wrestling.
A lot of people actually agree with you. And, it was it was fun. It was fun to see a lot of old faces, for the wrestlers and the fans, and to watch a lot of the wrestlers compete once again on pay-per-view, and after that on national TV. So it was a lot of fun. I think Dreamer's the reason why it all came together. It was his idea, and he's he led at ECW for many of years, and great mind and good person to work for, great wrestler, great competitor in the ring, and fun to be around all together. So yeah, that led to several good matches and feuds down after that. So.
And you were around during the time in WWE during the rebirth of ECW, WWE's version of that. What was your opinion of that brand portion of WWE programming, given the fact that you were part of the original ECW, as a matter of fact, one of your former ECW champions?
It was fun. I was there for the first pay-per-view on July 10th, I think, of 05, something like that. But anyways, it was a lot of fun at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and, a lot of fans, people don't like change.
Right.
Let's face it, I don't, but sometimes change is, you can't stop change from happening. And the new brand of ECW, when Vince brought it back on TV, gave a lot of guys opportunity to work with guys from the ECW from Philly, and, it just, it gave a lot of guys an opportunity to make a paycheck again in wrestling. So I think in overall it was good for a lot of the original ECW guys to be able to once again go out there and showcase their talent. And yeah, it did change, but I don't think it's a travesty like a lot of fans make it out to be.
Right.
But a lot of younger guys were able to learn from the veterans. So, I mean, I think it was a win-win in a lot of areas, but a lot of people won't let go of that past, and they shouldn't, because it was history. It was something that they were proud to be part of, and something they can explain to their kids. And you can actually go out and watch me in Milwaukee, and a lot of fathers bring their kids, whether it's their son or daughter, and they can explain a lot of the stuff I used to do in ECW or WWE and now in TNA.
And that's Blizzard Brawl 6 this Saturday. BlizzardBrawl.com. Tickets are available on the website, but actually, David Harold, tickets will be available at the door as well, and there's a great deal on tickets which include a meet and greet with a lot of the stars.
There's meet and greet tickets, in rows 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, the first row is sold out. Second row is almost gone. Third and fourth are available with meet and greets, but tickets start at just $10. So it's family affordable. Bring the neighbors, bring the cousins, bring the aunts, uncles, grandmas, and grandpas. Check out Rhyno and Al Snow, Matt Hardy and Ken Anderson. It's going to be a great night of wrestling.
What's the website, Dave? Because I want to check this out.
It is BlizzardBrawl.com.
All right. Now I want to make sure it's a good picture of myself up there.
That's a good one. We know the designer. He did a good job.
All right. Yeah, and I just want to check out and make sure Al don't have a better picture on the website than I do.
Rhyno, you look pretty jacked in your picture. Yeah. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. Are you guys excited?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Blizzard Brawl, I've been all 5 of the previous ones. This will be the 6th installment of Blizzard Brawl, and it truly is, we talked about earlier what King Kong Bundy said, it truly is the premier independent wrestling event in the country each and every year, and it has become tradition here in the southeastern Wisconsin area. David Herr, I believe you recently said 8 or 9 states is from which people are coming.
Yeah, we've sold
event.
Tickets to people in 9 different states coming in just to see Rhyno versus Al Snow.
You know what? That's a good thing, tradition, because it's a lot of people love tradition. A lot of people, especially you guys, started something. How many years ago? 6, you said?
Yep, this will be the 6th Blizzard Brawl.
6 years ago, and people really appreciate tradition. They come out and they support that, and obviously it's a stacked card from top to bottom. I think Ken Anderson is one of the best performers and wrestlers in wrestling today, and Matt Hardy, it's just a stacked card, and I'm looking forward to seeing ODB again. I haven't seen her in probably about a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
She is a riot.
Oh, yes.
Fans love her.
And, of course, we'll have the big after party with ODB.
Oh,
and that'll be at Showtime downtown. So that right there is worth the price of admission.
Where's the after party at?
It's going to be at Showtime. It's downtown, across the street from the Bradley Center. It's owned by Duke Rufus and Showtime Anthony Pettis, kickboxers and MMA fighters. So
okay.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that's when you send your son or daughter home with the mother and you go to the after party, or get a babysitter and take them home and go to the after party and watch ODB in action outside the ring. Holy cow, is she fun.
You've got double duty this weekend, too, because on Sunday it's a first blood match at TNA's Final Resolution. You against RVD. First person to bleed loses the match.
Yeah. Basically, my strategy is to go in there and beat him up a little bit. He's another tough competitor. Obviously, one day at a time, I have to look at Al Snow and then move on to Rob Van Dam. And, at the pay-per-view, it's just one of those things where, I'll beat him up a little bit, and then when I'm satisfied, I'll make him bleed.
When you're satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. RVD is a tough competitor, but you got to pluck him out of the air because he does all the high-flying stuff. And once I do that, because you can't go for a pinfall, you're not looking, no DQ, so you got to make him bleed. So after I'm done beating him up a little bit, and then I'll make him bleed.
It's TNA Final Resolution this Sunday on pay-per-view, TNA's final pay-per-view offering for the 2010 year. Rhyno versus RVD, a first blood match. Several other big-time matchups on that card, including Mr. Anderson versus versus Jeff Hardy.
No, it's Matt Morgan versus Jeff Hardy with Ken Anderson as the special guest referee.
There's a lot of people involved.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, it's too much Hardys for
a weekend.
Anderson this weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's
getting a full dose.
Referee with Jeff's match, and so definitely Ken. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Ken wrestle. So this weekend on Saturday at Blizzard Brawl.
BlizzardBrawl.com is a place for tickets. Rhyno, it's been excellent having you on. A big weekend ahead, as we said. Blizzard Brawl 6 this Saturday. TNA Final Resolution this Sunday on pay-per-view. We look forward to seeing you in just a few days here in Milwaukee. Remember, don't pack light, because it's cold up here.
Yeah. Has it snowed yet?
Our first hint of snow came today, nothing accumulating, but a little bit of flurries.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely pack, and right after that I'm heading to Florida, so it's just, I guess I got to pack my sandals, too, and then wear my sneakers while I'm in Milwaukee.
You know what? I honestly believe that you can handle sandals in the snow in Milwaukee.
Yeah, believe it or not, I run.
I've seen it done.
I'll run to the store and I'll just throw my sandals on, and I'll wear shorts. People look at me strange. It's not like I'm out shoveling snow. I'm just running into the store and running back out to my truck. So. But as long as I'm not out there, shoveling snow in Milwaukee or trying to dig my car out to try and get to Blizzard Brawl, I'll be fine with sandals.
Well, Dave will make sure you have good transportation.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I make sure all the TNA talent get to their pay-per-views.
Well, yeah.
Well,
eventually.
I just want to make it to the show, beat up Al Snow, and then look forward to the pay-per-view after that.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much, Rhyno, for joining us here on the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report. We're live on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.